Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a video on the house of Parfum Vintage. This is actually part two, second video I've ever done in this house. I'm going to have another video coming up in a couple weeks. First, I'm going to talk to you about that next video. Then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my impressions of the Parfum Vintage house. And then I'm going to talk to you about these three fragrances. So I got a few things from Parfum Vintage. First thing I got was these three, and second thing I got was some samples of their really newer release fragrances. They've released two, I believe, versions, bottles of two versions of inspirations from Green Irish Tweed, and then two versions of inspiration behind By Man by Dolce & Gabbana. So I have the samples for those. I'm going to talk about those four samples I got in the next video. You guys know I talked about Parfum Vintage. The first time I did a video was on Pineapple Vintage and Pineapple Vintage Noir. And those are both takes on Aventus. And the gentleman who does all these fragrances is a guy named Damien, who is in a group I'm in on Facebook about perfumers. And he's a great guy, and I've learned so much from this guy. And what I like about him, you know, you might look at Parfums Vintage as a house that does copycat scents, and I really do think they're different from other copycat scent houses. And the reason is super simple. I think most other copycat houses get, you know, these gas chromatography samples, and they get them and they send them off to compounders and they tweak them and they decide what they want, and then they bottle them, they sell them. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna be doing a duo video. I'm gonna do a video real soon. I would open Alexandria up to my channel. You know, my job is to sort of look at fragrances and tell you guys what I think of them. I'm not here to be the the fragrance morality police. You know, that's just not what I'm interested in right now. That's not what my channel's here for. I get a fragrance, I tell you guys what I think of it. So I know that those guys do that, and I think they're, at least for Dua, I think they're sort of increasing what they might be doing to tweak those scents. And they're definitely working on getting fragrances in your hands that are harder to get. You know, exclusives, really expensive fragrances. But what Damien does, and which is why I have so much respect and love for his craft, is he might do these analyses, and then he gets the analysis and he tweaks personally by himself. There's no compounder here. You know, this guy's really on himself, working on the fragrance. He's looking at what was in a Green Irish Tweed, looking at what was in an Aventus, and then getting naturals to replace some of the materials he thinks that could be improved upon, and tweaking himself, making sure the trace elements are up to standard, and then releasing what he feels is up to snuff. And I think there's a difference between what he does and what you know, other houses that might be doing duplications or inspirations or replicas do. I think he's on a different level. He's really a perfumer who's handling everything for the most part himself. I would like to see him eventually do his own thing, because I think I want to see everyone eventually see what they can do, you know, when they're not being inspired. But I really have a lot of respect for what he does. So let me say that first. So we did the first video on Pineapple Vintage and Pineapple Vintage Noir. We have some other stuff to go on. This video I'm going to talk about Pineapple Vintage Intense, Bois de Mystery, and X-Batch. And then I think the only thing I haven't smelled, I know there's like maybe another Aventus clone I haven't smelled. I'm good on that. I think I've smelled too many Aventus clones in my lifetime. I think the only thing I haven't smelled that perhaps I would like to look at it sometime is Suave, which I think is their Vintage La Nuit de L'Homme inspiration, which could definitely be interesting. So I got these 3 fragrances from them: Pineapple Vintage Intense, Water Mystery, and X Patch. I'm gonna go in order here and talk about which ones I like from least to best. And I don't dislike anything, but so let's just go right through it. The first one is Pineapple Vintage Intense. This is $69 for 50 ml, $98 for 100 ml. This is a Creed Aventus inspiration. Notes of pineapple, apple, bergamot, rose, jasmine, patchouli, musk, ambergris, vanilla, and birch. Here, look, this is fine. This is good as far as I'm concerned, but to me, I don't get the Creed batch interpretations. I get them up to a point. I have 1 bottle of Aventus. From what people tell me, it was a smoky batch. I don't get a lot of fruit out of it. I get a lot of like that dry smokiness. I don't mind that. This to me is fruitier. This has more pineapple in it, way more pineapple. What I recommend everyone in the world does, this is just my recommendation, is you get 1 bottle of Aventus, because I think Aventus is still, as far as I'm concerned, champion. I have so many clones at this point. I have now a bunch of bottles from Damien. I have Insurrection, Pure. I have that, I don't even know what it is, that bottle that tilts over, Adventure something, I don't know. Like, I have like 6 interpretations. I'd be really perfect in my ideal collection with a bottle of Aventus. When my Aventus does run out, I'll buy another bottle of Aventus and then 1 great replica. And I think this is fine, but this wouldn't be my replica. This would. So let me talk to you about that in 1 second. The second fragrance is Bois de Mystery, and I think this is really cool that Damien took this one on, okay? Bois de Mystery is a take on Straight to Heaven by Killian. Now, I never really loved that fragrance. I think it's a good fragrance, but I remember when I have 2 bottles from by Killian. I have Back to Black, and I have Intoxicated. And I would buy some others if I was still in like buying mode. I'm spending all my monies now on perfuming materials. So, but there are definitely others I'd get from by Killian. Straight to Heaven would not be one of them, but I think that's a good fragrance. I do. It just never really appealed to me that much because I didn't think it was a beastly performer. Now this one, 50 ml bottle of this is $79, and the notes are rum, nutmeg, middle notes are tobacco, jasmine, Virginia cedarwood, and patchouli. Base notes are amber, vanilla, and musk. And here's what I would tell you about this one. I like Straight to Heaven better than this, to be honest with you, and I'll tell you why. Straight to Heaven is like a dude in a cop car with his hands cuffed, quietly going to jail. And Bois de Mystery is like that same dude in the back of the cop car kicking out the cops' windows. It just depends what you like and what your style is. There's a note that there's a material that I have called Rum Absolute from Robert Tet. I think it's called Rum Sucan. It's like sugar cane, and it's very kind of harsh, and it's very sweet smelling and woody, and it's beastly. And I don't know if that's in this, but that's all I smell when I smell this. All I smell is that. And the original by Killian, well, the rum didn't pop enough for me. It's very smooth, but it's too restrained. It's too passive. It's like someone nodding. It's someone falling asleep at dinner. And this guy is the person at dinner banging his fucking glass every time it's empty. Like, I feel like there just needs to be a happy medium, and for me this isn't it. This really is the extreme version, but all I smell is that rum, and the rum is just almost a little too messy for me. I think if you really like Bois de Mystery, if you really like Straight to Heaven, you might like this, because this is rum, but all I smell, and it could just be because I'm a little bit tainted. I have that raw rum. I don't even know if that's in this again, but that's all I smell. All I smell here is rum. That's it. Even when it dries down, I just smell Rum Absolute. And with the by Killian, it's just more harmonious, it's smoother, but it doesn't perform well on my skin. So it's not bad. This isn't bad. It's just I think it needs to be toned down a little bit for me personally. It's not something I go crazy over. And then the third one was what I love. And the third one is called X Batch. 50 ml, $75. Great price point on this one. 100 ml, $119. Either one well worth the money. This is the clone that I would want of Aventus. This is the one. And this is a combo. This is so genius. This is a combo of Aventus and Sauvage. The Dior Sauvage. And the notes are pineapple, blackcurrant, bergamot, neroli, lavender, Virginia cedarwood, patchouli, vetiver, and ambroxan. And this smells like exactly what it says it is. This is like if someone took half a bottle of Aventus, half a bottle of Sauvage, mixed them into a big batch, spray it on yourself. That's what this is. If you don't like Sauvage or Aventus, you will not like this. If you like both, you will love this. Now, I want to tell you guys something. Just want to be clear on this. I like Aventus a lot. I don't like Sauvage. I would wear Sauvage because I think it just smells great, and people will compliment the shit out of you. But I don't think it's this brilliant fragrance. It's brilliant in that they created something that will get you compliments out the wazoo, and it does smell good. It smells good. I like wearing Sauvage because it smells good. I don't like it because I just think it's this weird chemical concoction that's just like, it kind of makes me uncomfortable to wear it. When you combine it with Aventus, it just smells phenomenal. And as much as I might say, whoa, like can't believe I want to wear this, I want to wear this. I'm going to admit that I don't want to wear this, but I want to wear this. I'm confused. What do you want me to tell you? Like, there's been things in my life I've been confused about. I've been confused as to why I want to wear this so much. But I might want to wear this more than the original Aventus, if that makes any sense to you. This smells so good. It's almost like narcotic in that, like, I know I shouldn't like this, but I do. It smells amazing. And I've worn this twice, okay? Twice. I have this bottle. You can see I have not worn much of this. I've worn this twice. I got 7 compliments. Like 7 people in 2 wearings were like, what are you wearing? Like, I don't think that's ever happened before. So, yeah, sometimes I want to wear pure oud, pure deer musk, and just be me and be comfortable. And then sometimes I just want people to be like, wow, you look good and you smell really good. And I want to go for that when I go for that. So I'm just being real honest with you guys. If you have any questions about any of these, please reach out to me. Again, neither of these are bad scents. I want to clarify that. If you like Aventus, you might love this. If you like Straight to Heaven, you might love this. I'm just telling you what I like. And I've just had too many Aventus clones. I don't ever want to smell another one at this point. I'm just perfect with this one. And this one, man, all I smell is rum absolute. If you like rum boozy scents, this will be your god. But yeah, so that's it. And so I'm going to be back in a couple weeks I'm going to talk to you about what Damien did with his Green Irish Tweed inspirations and his By Man by Dolce & Gabbana inspirations. And I just want to let you guys know, By Man by Dolce & Gabbana is like a scent that I fucking love. I had a 10 ml decan that someone on Facebook sent me, and I dropped it. When I had like 8 mLs left, I dropped it and it shattered. So since then, I have not been able to smell By Man, but I love By Man. So I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about By Man. And Green Irish Tweed I love because it's my mom's favorite scent on me. If she could only smell a little more fragrance on me, my mom would want me to wear Green Irish Tweed for the rest of my life. So I love Green Irish Tweed because of that. And I was super into Cool Water in high school. It was my signature scent, along with Polo Sport, Fahrenheit. And so when I learned that there was a niche version of Cool Water, the inspiration for Cool Water, it was my first cream fragrance. So I'm going to talk to you guys about those in a couple of weeks. I'll link to Damien's website in the description. You guys can check these out. Definitely check him out. This guy's doing great work. And I'll see you guys next week with more videos. Obviously, my name is Maximilian, and I must know guys. Peace.
Well, he just perceives the wrong.